Okay. All right, good morning and thank you for coming. We are here today because in the early morning hours of May 8th, Roxana Sanchez was arriving home from a night of dinner and shopping, and she was shot to death in an act of senseless violence when two suspects attempted to carjack them. Roxana was a daughter, a sister, a mother, a wife, and she has been described as the glue that held her entire family together. Her husband, Douglas Mejia, and their two boys, Edward and Antonio, now have to face the unimaginable of going on without her. Our homicide detectives are working around the clock to solve this murder. We are standing with Roxana's family today to make a plea to our community. If anyone saw anything or knows anything in this case, no matter how insignificant the information may seem, please report it by calling 911, our non-emergency number, which is 407-836-HELP, H-E-L-P, or you can call Crime Line. I'm now going to turn it over to Sergeant Cavelle from Homicide.
Thank you, Sheriff. Good afternoon. On May 8th, approximately about 12:30 in the morning, Roxana and another person were coming home from shopping, dinner, just talking, having a good time, just minding their own business. I've had detectives countless hours over the weekend canvassing for video. We have our crime scene investigators working the victim's car. So we're currently out there right now trying to follow up on any leads, any video that can help us out. And that's why we're doing this today. The victims were followed into their subdivision, the Winding Creek subdivision out on the east side. We're going to show you some video here shortly of the suspect car and the victim's car being followed in. They were pulled into the driveway of the victim's residence. They were just talking, and a car comes up behind them. Two black males get out, approach the victims on both sides of the car, bang on the car, telling them to get out. The driver, in fear, put the car into reverse, striking the suspect's car. Not severe, but enough to have a little bit of scuff marks on there. The passenger suspect started shooting, and that's the side that Roxana was sitting on. She was transported to the hospital where she succumbed to her injuries that day. What we're asking is check your video, businesses, anybody has drive cams in their cars that are driving by that area. We're asking for help. And we're asking for the people that know these suspects to call Crime Line. This is a tragedy that did not need to happen. Should not have happened. So we are asking the public for their assistance in this case. So if we can go ahead and show the video. Silver, gray, white, four-door vehicle, has a sunroof. And that's pretty much all we know about the car right now. We are doing a lot of follow-up still. We're writing a lot of different affidavits to get access to different things out on the east side. I can't really go all into the investigatory portion of it, of what we're doing, but you guys can believe it. All hands are on deck. Okay. If you guys have any with the families, would you guys like to speak?
My sister was the most caring person. She loved everyone. If you see her Facebook page right now, you can totally see that. She lived for her husband and the 2 kids. That's all she will talk about. All her friends and family and coworkers can tell you that. She will help anyone without asking anything in return. That's the kind of person that she was. She had an infectious smile, as you can see in the picture. They used to call us twins, even though we are not. She was my better half, my other half. And to the person that did this to her, know that you took her from us way too soon. She wasn't doing anything to you. Just know that you left 2 young boys without a mom right before Mother's Day. You know they made all these cards for her that they never got to give to her. So please, if you do have any information is as little as it could be, just please call. We want justice for our sister. We just want to know why you had to do that to her. Just remember that. Just keep us in the back of your head. When you're about to go to sleep, if you can't sleep, because I cannot think of a person that can do this to someone and go to sleep at night. So keep us in the back of your head and remember us. Remember that you took her from us. She was only 36 years old. She had just celebrated her birthday. We had so many plans for this summer, and you took that away from us. So please, friends of this coward, please give us any information that you may have. Thank you.
Could you say that in Spanish?
Mi hermana era una de las personas más queridas. Todo el mundo la quería. Todo el mundo, aunque sean mis amigos, porque nosotros no vivimos juntos, todos mis amigos sabían de ellos, porque sabían que nosotros éramos bien unidas. Nos llamaban gemelas, porque nos parecemos bastante. Siempre decían que éramos gemelas, pero yo la llamaba a ella para todo. Todos los días en la mañana yo recibía un mensaje y era de ella diciendo, buenos días, ¿cómo estás? ¿Cómo está el trabajo? Y esta persona nos las quitó muy temprano, dejó a mis sobrinos sin su madre. Ahora no van a tener a su mamá, no van a poder celebrar el Día de las Madres. El Día de las Madres fue un día después de esta tragedia. Ellos tenían muchos regalos y dibujos y cartas que habían hecho para ella que no pudieron dárselo. Teníamos muchos planes para este verano que no vamos a poder hacerlo. Y si ven a mi mami ahí atrás y está destrozada, y toda nuestra familia en nuestro país que no puede estar aquí con nosotros, que nunca pensaron que esto iba a pasar porque ella era muy joven. Ahora sus hijos tan chiquitos y no van a poder tener el, el, el baile en la escuela. No van a poder caminar con ella en su boda. Eso, por favor, si tienen alguna ayuda, por cualquier pequeña que sea, por favor, llamen. Por favor, llamen. Y ayúdenos a encontrar y hacer justicia por mi hermana para que nosotros podamos estar tranquilos, porque nunca la vamos a olvidar. Ella siempre va a estar ahí en nuestros corazones. Y como yo le prometí cuando estaba en el hospital, yo voy a cuidar de sus hijos lo más que yo pueda y a su esposo, pero nunca la vamos a olvidar y siempre va a estar en nuestros corazones. Gracias.
I just want to say that my wife was a very caring person. She was my mountain in this relationship with the boys, with me, schoolwork. I just want to ask the public, the county, the state, if you got any information, please call 911 or the sheriff department. She was gone way too soon, especially on a glorious day on Sunday, Mother's Day, that we had plans, me and the boys. And we woke up thinking, what are we gonna do? That's one the question one of my son asked me, the oldest. And I told him, Bobby, let's celebrate her memory, her life. You got your cards here, the ones you made from your heart, from your thoughts, your mind. We'll put it right here. If you need to speak to her, she's right here. But we'll get this together. We'll celebrate it by honoring her and remembering her. So I implore the public, everybody, and information, please call the sheriff department. Thank you.
So we'll just take a few questions if you have any questions for Sergeant Cavelli or for me.
Yes, Sergeant, can you fill in, I don't know how much you can tell, some of the gaps. Do you know how long they had been followed, why they picked them, and were there other like carjackings in the area? And do you have her car, or did they get away with it?
So, sorry, the first question. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Sorry, the first question is we don't know exactly where they got picked up at. So when they started being followed. So obviously the first video we showed you guys was the first video that we found that of them being followed into the subdivision. So it could have been off Dean Road. It could have been followed one of the streets that they took. Yes, we do have the victim's vehicle. We still have it here being processed right now. What was your other question? I'm sorry.
Why them? Do you know why them? And were there other carjackings in that?
No other carjackings in that area. Why then? That's a $1 million question. You know, we can assume it was going to be a robbery / carjacking because they told them, they demanded them to get out of the car. So in our line of business, that means one or two things: car robbery, kind of so forth like that. So that's where that stands on that one. If that answers your question.
Sergeant, any suspect description at all?
Yeah. So no facial descriptions. They could see the arms of the suspects. They're wearing short sleeve shirts, so they can see the skin tone. That's all that we have on them right now.
More about personally, how long were they married, sir? More about the kids, were young, 5 and 7?
We were about to hit 16 years this year, August. I have an 8-year-old and an 11-year-old. They're two boys. They were born and raised here in Orlando.
Can you say any Spanish?
It's not very good, but I'll try. Yo y la Roxana estamos casados 15 años. este agosto de este año vamos a cumplir 16. Yo tengo 2 niños, uno de la edad 8 y 11. Y ellos nacieron aquí en Orlando.
¿Qué pueden decir de tu esposa?
Eso sí va a ser difícil. Mi esposa era una maravillosa persona con un gran corazón, que ella piensa en otra gente más que ella. Si ella sabe que ella siente que tú necesitas ayuda, ella da las 2 manos y ofrece la ayuda. Ella no le importa si una comida, ella le compra algo. Si una amiga necesita ayuda a cuidar a los niños de ellos, ella ofrece la ayuda. Yo te cuido a los niños. Y ella siempre te pone una sonrisa en tu cara. Ella no era una buena persona. Perdón, ella sí era una buena persona. Mala persona, digo. Pero ella sí tiene un corazón bien maravilloso. Y el espíritu de ella, yo sé que está bien numeroso, no sé si lo digo bien. Y si tú por un día, 1 hora hablabas con ella, tú te sentías que era una buena persona. Ella sí.
La persona que la mató.
¿Cómo?
¿Qué le dices a la persona que le quitó la vida?
Yo tengo muchas cosas que decirle a esa persona, pero no lo voy a decir aquí porque yo sé que no quiero dishonor a Roxana. Ella, I don't want to, en este momento no, nada más digo que, ¿por qué? Si ellas son 2 mujeres, ¿por qué? ¿Qué van a hacer ellos? Nada más por una pistola, disparar. Le digo a esa persona, si tú tienes los cojones a sacar la pistola, también tienes los cojones a entregarte. Porque si tú tienes los cojones, está parado ahí, gritar con una pistola en la mano, then tenga los cojones y turn yourself in. Yeah.
Rebecca, do you have any information that you can give us about where they were shopping, where they were eating, so that if businesses there or people might have seen something, they would know where they should have been aware of?
I know they had dinner at the Ale House till about 12:30ish at the Waterford Lakes area. Yep.
The university?
Waterford area, the one over there, Lake Underhill. And then they went to Ross, correct? They went to Ross to go shopping for a dress. So we've countless, we're working with Target. We're working with all the businesses out there. They're very cooperative with us, giving us whatever we need, camera footage and items like that. The issue is, there's not really an issue. It's we don't know where they were picked up at, and that's going back to the original question.
But Waterford Lake would have been, if they had been sort of.
Right, and they could have been driving down Curry Ford, Lake Underhill, depending on which route they came home. They could have been picked up on the road.
Sheriff, can you just talk about the big picture? It seems like there's an awful lot of shootings, nationwide, but in Orlando and Orange County right now. They were just coming home and you're gun down in your driveway. It's just, what is happening?
Well, at first, crime in Orange County is down this year by over 30%. And then homicides in Orange County jurisdiction are actually significantly down this year compared to last year. But I will say nationwide, in Florida, it just seems like people are more willing to use violence these days. And it's sad, these bullets kill people, but as you can see, they rip apart families. They rip apart communities. So, we're going to continue The men and women in the Orange County Sheriff's Office will be out there. When when there's folks out there talking about getting rid of the police and defunding the police, this is why we can't, because the 911 calls don't stop. And, we have to be able to respond to this violence. We have to have, large teams to investigate these crimes and bring justice and closure to these families.
Everyone good? Thank you, sir.